Yesterday's Browns loss to the Raiders proves that the issues go far deeper than Deshaun Watson. Welcome to Gerald Khalil's Conversation Piece. I share my thoughts on social content in sports, politics, and entertainment. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Well, the Browns lose to the Raiders 20-16 to drop to 1-3 on the season. Usually I come out with a Browns rant right after the loss. I decided just to lean back and say, you know what, I'm not going to let my emotions take over. So I wanted to have a more even approach to my analysis on this game. So some notes that I took with this game. The Raiders, they're an awful run team. Awful. Yet they were able to run with relative ease, and they rushed for like 152 yards. 5 different players had rushes of 10 yards or more. And they hadn't rushed for more than 55 yards a game in the previous 3 that they played until Sunday. The defense, I mean, just disappointing. Other things we could take a look at is Cooper. He dropped the pass that caused the interception. It was a nice pass from Watson, and the ball bounced off of Cooper and caused the interception. It was totally Cooper's fault. I don't know about you. I don't know what's going on with Cooper this year so far. And speaking about Watson, actually he wasn't bad. If I take a look at his stats here, 24 for 32 for 176 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Now, again, I know those 176 yards, stat-wise, they don't look good, and they don't, but he got 82 of those. He had 82 yards taken away from him on a holding penalty by Nick Harris, and it was to Cooper, actually. Cooper had made up for the botched catch that he didn't make. Just disappointing, man. So and I believe if that touchdown would have stayed, Browns would end up winning, but that wasn't the case. I'm looking at the play calling, and even more so than the play calling, the game planning. I just wonder what Stefanski's thinking about. Raiders coming into the game, they couldn't stop the run. They're in the bottom half of the league when it comes to the run. And the Browns couldn't run the ball outside of Jerome Ford. He had a nice run near the end of the game. Watson had some scrambles. I think he scrambled for 32 yards. And I mean, you could just shake your head and sigh like I'm doing. It's like not much good you can hang your hat on. Special teams. Hopkins misses an extra point, and that was huge because you're coming towards the end of the game, and you have to score a touchdown as opposed to kicking a field goal to bring the game into overtime. So we had that, and if we talk about the end of the game, the execution was poor. Harris, he had a quick snap when Watson wasn't ready, so that really put you behind the chains. I think it made it 2nd and 18, and then the last play of the game for the Browns on 4th down, Watson, you can't take the sack. But then I took a look at the replay on that. I was like, well, where in the heck was he going to go with the ball? No one was open. And the offensive line, once again, man, they're just having issues. So it's just really tough. Again, I didn't think Watson had a bad game at all. It's probably his best game of the season so far for the Browns. But it just wasn't enough. Again, offensive line, not good. DeJuan Jones, I don't know what's going with him. I think he's really missing Bill Callahan. I think the whole offensive line's missing him. I think they're one of the worst offensive lines in the league. Getting back to the defense, and I mentioned this before on one of my other videos that I posted, I think last week, that the league now has a blueprint against the Cleveland Browns defense. Get them going side to side, and you're gonna have success against them. I mean, simple jet sweeps, the Browns can't seem to stop. And Jim Schwartz, he's just not making the adjustments right now. And if I look at some team stats here, and this is for the season team stats, Browns, they're in the bottom 4 and leading the league in penalties. I mean, and what does that tell you? That's the coaching. That shows you that there's no discipline at all for this team. Offense, they are in the bottom 4 in offense. The team is averaging 15 points a game. And they scored 16 yesterday, but no, the defense scored 6 of those. So that means they only scored 10 points yesterday, the offense. Defense is in the middle of the pack. They're 12th overall. I mean, that's okay, but you see what's happening. The defense has taken a step back. Not a big step back, but enough of a step back. But you would think that the offense would be able to help carry that, and they're not. They're just not scoring enough points. It's just not a good situation right now. And of course, the quarterback, he rates near the bottom of the league. But then again, he can't even be protected. The offensive line, again, is just terrible. So we just take a look right now at the remainder of the schedule. Now, I had said that last week that after the Giants loss, I said Browns will win no more than 6 games. And I take a look at the schedule. Let's look at it here. They're at the Commanders. That's the next game. They're at the Eagles, then the Bengals and Ravens and Chargers. So they have a 3-game homestand there. Then they go back out on the road to the Saints, and then at the Steelers. Then come home to the Chiefs. Then they're at the Bengals. Then they come home for the Dolphins. Then they're at the Ravens. Folks, I don't know if I see 5 more wins here. I mean, look at that schedule. I mean, maybe we may split against the AFC North. Beat the Bengals once, the Ravens, and then the Steelers. I mean, we usually do that, split against those teams. But I don't know. I don't see 5 more wins. I mean, the Commanders. We think we're going to beat them now. That kid. What? Jaden Daniels. He is balling. Rookie quarterback. He is balling. Him. And the Commanders, they blew out Arizona yesterday, 42-14. They're going on the road and blowing people out. They scored more points in one game than we have all season. They've done it twice, I think. That's how bad our offense is. Folks, this is why I'm saying we can't look at Deshaun Watson as the problem of everything that's going on. We got to look at Stefanski. He didn't have this team prepared at the beginning of the year. He didn't want these guys playing in the preseason. There were other coaches that were having their players play in the preseason. Look at Andy Reid, defending champions twice. And he had his team playing, Patrick Mahomes playing first preseason game. I think he played 3 of the preseason games. But no, we totally unprepared. I didn't look up the stat on penalties. Did I look up the stat? Yeah, no, I did look up the stat. That's why we're in the bottom half. Bottom 4. Yeah. So I take that back. We are just unprepared, undisciplined football team, and this is all on Stefanski. All on him. All on the head coach. Now, it doesn't help that he has some players that's been given to him, and I'm talking about Andrew Berry now, that doesn't fit the scheme that he's trying to run. But my question to Stefanski is, why is Dorsey there for? Why did you get, what's his purpose? Just to run, just to give you the plays so then you can tell the folks, tell the team what plays you want to run? You should have kept Alex Van Pelt for that. You fire him and you get Ken Dorsey to do the same thing. That makes no sense, man. Stefanski has to put his pride aside. So this is where we are now. 1-3 football team. You saw the schedule. We're looking like maybe we'll win 5 games. Pray for 6. But if you win 4, something like that, then you're talking about you're picking in the top 10 easily. Maybe the top 5 as far as draft picks. And if that happens, you got to go quarterback. So, Browns fans, looks like we're going to go back to an old habit where we go and we start looking at the draft, see who's coming out, pay attention to the college football, pay attention to those quarterbacks that are balling right now. It's so disappointing that it has come to this. But, yeah, it's not all on Watson. Has he played well? No. But our coach has done a bad job coaching this year. Yeah, I know he's won 2 Coach of the Year awards, but no, he's done a bad job this year. So leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.